If I was to say that I've just overheard someone who works in education say, does anyone ever say you've done an effing good job whilst others are sat on their backside? You'd probably be inclined to think that was a head teacher moaning towards the government and the DfE, who are never doing anything to support us as school staff. But believe it or not, that's what Gillian Keegan, the Education Secretary, was recorded saying today. Has since apologised, but honestly, delusional is a word that comes to mind. I mean, what does she think she's done well since becoming Ed Sec? I mean, I'm not even going to open the can of worms about everything she did last year with the strikes and things like that. But if you feel you need to be congratulated at the fact that 2 days before schools are due to open back, you're closing more than 100 of them because of this RAAC business, what world are you living in? Just to remind you, Gillian, you are part of the same government that when Michael Gove was Education Secretary, scrapped the 56 billion school building project as part of austerity measures because they believed austerity was going to help, but didn't replace it with anything. And now we're in this position. That was the same government you represent. I mean, what is she wanting thanks for? The fact that when this problem was identified in June, she was in charge of the DfE, who promised that temporary buildings will be in place for the start of the new school year in September, which are now saying it's going to be mid-November. And should we be thanking you for your complete and utter ineptitude, which is leaving school staff as the ones who are having to answer to parents and feel the wrath of that negativity because you put nothing in place to support them, which, you know, time and time again happened all the way through the pandemic, really, didn't it? Should school staff be thanking you because you've stated that it should be staff checking to see if we've got this RAAC? So now we're not just teachers or social workers, because you've cut all the funding for that and the Sure Start centres and everything else. Not just all these other extra responsibilities that have fallen on teachers because of your failings time and time again. Just add structural engineering to our teaching role, eh? If Gillian Keegan does need congratulating, the one thing I can congratulate her on is potentially making Gavin Williamson look a little bit competent.